And I've just hung back a little bit, just want to get this finished off. At least if I finish this one and I've got any brainstorming during the night, I can come down and check it. So this is the revised drawing now as of today. This is the door area from there to there, overall door area. There's the door. That's the door, and it ends there. And there's a centre line there about this frame for the bottom of this drawer. That's the big drawer that's taking the DVDs. That's the big one, and never changed. Now, here's the small drawer. It's all drawn in, all done to wherever, with a nice little feature on it there, look. There's the bottom of it, same thing against that line. Then this frame here, oh shit, I forgot to put them lines in. There and there, need to do those. Do them later. I knew it looked odd. I thought it looked odd. You see, I can make these mistakes. I'm just as human as the next donkey. I wish there were a way to hold these rulers so they could just stay there wherever I bloody put them. Oh, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Just bear with me. It's finger touch mode. Put that there. Draw that in. Put that there. Put that there. Put that there. Where is it gone? Sorry. It's walking away from me. And then I'm going to put you in radio mode, please. Just bear with me. I don't want to forget this, because if I forget this, I'm like a right mess later. When you forget these things, it destroys your brain, in my opinion. They're not supposed to be, you know, you're supposed to get it right. It's only because you know what you've been working with it for such a long time that you become used to it. But I was saying, CAD drawings are really hard to, when you're working on them, they're really hard to work out what's going on. You're not seeing the whole thing. You're seeing sections of CAD of your model, right? So you're seeing sub-assemblies and stuff like that. You don't see the whole. You see the whole thing here. This is more like a general arrangement drawing. You see every part. The guy that does the general arrangement, he sees everything. He sees all the problems. And the guys that just doing, just making a draw, he doesn't see anything. He gets a drawing and a dimension and a bit of wood, and he said, make that out of that piece of wood, mate. That's it. That's your job. You just keep making them all day long. We don't want you to do anything else. Right? I'll do it anyway, because you've been in there too long. It's too long. He's not going to sleep. Don't want me audit. Right, so the frame repeats. Yeah? These two frames repeat because they're the thing that holds the drawer. They're sitting on PTFE bearings in here. I want these to slide in and out nicely with no friction, nothing. If I have to fit, you know, whatever I have to do, glue, super glue, hydro glue, whatever, you know, snot off a donkey or something, I'll stick the thing down. Right, this is what we got. So when I said that was 80, I told you a little white lie, right? Because it's not 80, it's less, because I forgot about the 20mm thick plate. And I didn't want to bodge around and try not to put the 20mm thick plate. This one on the top, that crunches the profile. That one. It's 20mm thick. So I said it was 80, didn't I? The overall draw height. And I put a 6mm plate in. I've just put a 6mm piece in the bottom. So what have we got? Right, this is to the top of the draw. This line is the top of the draw from the plate. And we are actually 55. There's no way on earth that a controller is going to fit into 55. There's nothing, but it's worth it, because there's a lot of stuff that can fit into 55, right? You can get two and a half tapes in there, and you can fill it, 2.5 of them in 2 drawers. Fill it to the brim. Where's the bottom? That whole gubbins can fit inside there. Look, it's not a small thing, it's a big thing. What else? That can fit in there. So, it's big. It's big. It's 55 bloody mil. It's a good sized drawer. And this drawer here, this one, bigger than a puppy dog's tail. That one, you can put something 125mm deep in that one. And still have clearance, because these DVDs stick up and they've got clearance, you see. That's why that's not, that you can't close this gap up, that DVD will hit it. Yeah, they'll be scraping. I want that, make sure that never touches. That never touches in there. And this is it, this is it. Oh, this is it, the whole thing. That's the whole majority, the thing. I won't tell you where that comes from, because if I do, some big guys will come and get me. No word. Ooh. Better not, better not, better not, better not. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, lad, and don't say nothing. Right. I'm going now. I promise I'm going. I'm going to start uploading these. I am. I'm going to start uploading these. Oh, why is that wobbling so much? It's because I've had nothing to eat, isn't it? There's nothing to eat since yesterday. I'm starving. And we're just coming up to 5 o'clock and I've been at it for hours, people. Hours and hours and hours. Oh, look, what's that? Oh, I remember that piece. I had to fit a fan, you know, them vent fans for your above your cooker, and it would not fit the plates and stuff. They never give anything. They didn't. Nothing came. I had this bit of stainless steel from the chimney. It's left over, so I started hacking the chimney up, and I made these. This is my look. You can see my work in there. Look. Drilled it. My God, do you know how hard it was to drill that hole in that stainless steel? And this was razor sharp. Look at it. You can tell it's my work because it's all been rounded off. There's no sharp edges on it. And I bet both of them were up there. There were 4 of them. But they were all up there. Oh. There's all sorts of little jigs and stuff lying around. They've got all sorts of, I love these little blocks, but they're hard to put in. Sometimes you can't get you just can't get they don't go past this, so you've got to use extra long extensions on your bits for putting them in. What else? Oh dear, tired. Right, I'll go see if I've got 2 views on my new stuff. Because, you know, I don't anticipate there to be 500,000 views on it. I don't put hooks and stuff in. I don't know what they are. I just learned about them this morning from somebody who's supposed to have 10 million viral doodads. Believe it or not, I found out what that was. It needs to go back in here. It really needs to go back in there. You know what it does? Do you know what it does? It sets that. It sets that up. It sets the gap up in your door. That's what that's for, to make sure that you line these up proper. That's what it's for, is to make sure that when you put that in top and bottom and it lines your screws, your slider in and out. Where is it? There. That's way too much. I've zoomed this in. Hang on. That's 4 times. But you've been looking at it 4 times, going crazy. I didn't know that I'd press that button. That's what that thing's for. This little bit of double folded. It's there for a bloody reason. I forgot what it was for. I had it in my box. I've had it in this box since I've done the bathroom. That was 2000 and something. Long time ago. It's been sat in there. I've been using it to set these offsets and put it. I need to write on it what it is. I've got another little jig and I don't know what that is for. Because like a donkey, I didn't write it. I don't mean donkey, Eeyore. I don't mean that one. It's more intelligent, that one. The sacky bastard. I bet you want to know what this is, don't you? I bet you don't want to know what this is. I've dunked it in the shorts as a hook. I don't know what a hook is, but I've dunked it in the shorts as a hook. I don't know what a hook is, okay? I'm learning all this garbage. And I was watching some. I don't watch them. I just hold it over and read the text. I don't actually watch them. Look at some of people's voices. I can't stand. Anyway, this has been displayed. I made that 1994, and what it is, I got the lead. I went to the scrappers and I got a lever from a VW polo golf type, that type one. They've got this golf ball. You can get it with a golf ball, and that thread there is that standard for the golf ball. It's the golf ball standard. So I got he cut it off for me, And I brought it home and I welded it into my larder. It had a horrible gear knob and I can't stand it. And the horn was the horn didn't work. So I moved the horn, all the electronics for the horn. I took it out of the steering wheel, but it didn't work. And I put it all inside here. I put all the wires and they went into this four junction down there. Can you see it? Can you see those 4 pins? That's off a car. It's just a car connector, standard car connector. And it's wired into this switch. This is an RS, okay? RS illuminated switch, and they cost an absolute fortune. Absolute fortune. Look it up. RS illuminated switch. I bet you can't even get one, and if you can, for love nor money, I had about 30 of them. 30 odd of them. I've got a little hole in there to pop that back out with a light. It's got a little LED, a little bulb, right? And it used to illuminate. As soon as I got in the car and turned the ignition, that was always lit, okay? And I made this ergonomic to my hand. It's exactly right to my hand, this look and there. Can you see that? There is only one, right? This is it. There was 2, because I had one for my Mini. I made one for my Mini, and it had multiple switches on it for all sorts of stuff. Like in the Mini, you can't hit the wiper. So for the single wipe, I just used to have a button for the single wipe. And that was the most important one in the car. Because you can bloody lean out there while you're driving it and can't see it, crush you something. Because it's your goodness, boys. They stuck the switches down there. Oh, out of the way, you can't bloody get to them. So, you see that? That's the golf ball right there. And I'll tell you how I did it. So if you want to make one for your own, this is how you make it. You get your golf ball or whatever it is you want to cast it around, and you fill a plastic bag, I'm not joking, full of body filler, okay? You fill the plastic bag full of body filler, you get in your car, right, and you put that bag around your gear lever, and you get your hand resting in the orientation that you need it. So if you need it like that, you have to leave it like that. If you need it like that, and that's how I had it. I had it like that. Because I'm changing gears like this. Some people change gears like this, and I don't know how to do it because I don't have the strength in my wrist to do that. So none of my arm works that way, okay? My arm works like that, yeah? It works like that. So I made that way around. Look, it sits that way around. It's orientated there. If you can imagine the stalks coming out of there, that's how it was. And I sat there while that bloody body filler got red hot. It were burning, it were raw, and I just didn't move. I didn't dare move, and it was sagging. It was sagging in the bagging. All that's been sanded back. That literally was, and all these parts were already in. These were all orientated with something, I can't remember. Everything was orientated, all the wiring was set, everything was twisted up and wrapped round and proper, and it was held with glue and tape and anything. There's all sorts underneath there if it cracked and opened up. Like I say, for the bloody 20 odd minutes or what it took that body filler to actually go off and go hard, and just before it went hard, yeah, I'm not joking, my hand were on fire. There were no bloody latex gloves and stuff like that then. There were nothing. You just sat there and suffered with a polythene bag. That's all it had. And then when I took my fingers off eventually, there were all my fingerprints inside. It were all inside the polythene. All that was beautiful. Look, that's exactly my hand. That is the, look, see these creases? That's them, all them in there, all the actual forms. They were all in. I rubbed it all out, rubbing it with and I broke out. Look, I broke a bit through, but I haven't bothered. I broke through there. And you see these marks here? Do you know what those are? That's where I've gone like that. And this is where my hand's gone off, my finger's gone off to do something, yeah? Look, they don't do anything, those, but that doesn't. Look, it's wore it away. Literally, this is the wear. While I drove that Lada Niva that I built this for, and that's the actual wear. This is just car paint. That's what colour the car was. That's the colour of the car, and I just used the same. I just bought the same number and used it and put it inside. And I'm telling you, if ever I got stopped by somebody, they were all in the car playing with that. With the Mini, the coppers stopped me. The coppers stopped me for all kinds of reasons, you know. How they do, because they like you. And they're good people, right? And stop you for, you know, they're not misguided or anything. And they're nice people, yeah? And they stopped me. And as soon as they stopped me, they stopped talking to me. Because one of them had seen it, you know, that it were green or yellow, I can't remember now. Never had any pictures because I didn't have a camera of it. That were 1980, when was it, 86? Yeah, 1986, when I had my minis. I had 3 or 4 minis. And I'd made one for the Mini. It was beautiful. And I had all beautiful clocks in the Mini. It were all tied up, but not, it were rat rod tighted up. If you know what a rat rod is, it was that type of tighted up. The instruments were superb, but they were just clonked in, you know, bits of metal banding and all sorts of crap and a bit of wood and stuff. But they were there, they were beautiful, and they came from an Alfa Romeo. Oh my God, they came out of an Alfa Romeo. Nothing worked, nothing were right. You know, I was trying to get the speed, or I'm probably going 90 mile an hour when it was showing 30. You know, I didn't have the wheelbase of an Alfa Romeo. I didn't have the size of the wheels for an Alfa Romeo. I just put the thing in because it looked nice. I didn't really care. A revs will probably screwing crap out of it. Happy ends and stuff. It was beautiful. What was it, Alpha? I remember Gallia, something or other like that. It was a beautiful one. I got it from the scrappers and I had it for years, and I really wanted to use it. And now the £600, it's gone, long gone. The Mini got nicked. The traveller people came and asked my wife, because it was parked in the back garden. They said something to her, and I don't think she understood what they said. And she said they came with a big IAB thing, big truck with a big crane on the back, and picked it up, smashed the windows, put it through, and just drove off with it. I come home and it was gone. It was bloody gone. I couldn't believe it. I said, where's it gone? She said, oh, some blokes came and took it away. They said they were fixing it or something. Oh, great. I never knew where it went. Police come, they didn't do anything about it. Those nice people, they came and they never did anything about it. Oh, the stories I could tell. If there were time to smell the stories I could tell. So that's that one. That's the actual review. It's on my shorts now. It's running now. I've got 4 or 5 views on it, but that's it. That's it there. You've seen it first. Before those 60 million people sat in the trains and stuff, clicking away merrily, you know, that I'm hoping that's going to go viral. I'm hoping it's gonna go viral like the COVID did. That kind of viral. It won't, because it's me and I don't have any that kind of look. I just got the COVID. There's another one that's on there as well, which is that there. I'm not going to show you it. That's for another day. So I'm done with this one, and it's going to be here forever now. What's on your... there it is. You can talk about it all you want, or not talk about it all you want. But guess what? There's only one. There is only one. You lot can make it out of walnut. I was going to start making them out of walnut, you know, but I changed my mind, because that's a lot of money, black walnut from America. I just can't afford it. There you go. There's the history of that. I had that for a while, that lard. It was nice. It was all done up inside. Oh my God. Oh, you should have seen it inside. It had racks for holding stuff inside, jacks in the engine compartment. I had welded up wire mesh platforms inside. Everywhere there was a bit of space, I put welded up, and all the gubbins inside it for jacking it up on the road. Everything. It was all inside, but you couldn't tell where it was. You couldn't see it. And then I worked out how to take the gearbox out, because I had a problem with the gearbox, and they told... I rung a company up and they told me that there was a company near me that did them, and they told me it took 2 men like 2 days to get this gearbox out. And I thought, no way. So I went in and I took it out in 2 hours, and I went to see him, and I had all the parts, and I said, well, I need that part. And he said, how did you get that out? You've only just been here. And I said, I took it out in 2 hours. He said, can you tell us how you did it? Can you tell us how you took it out in 2 hours? I said, no, I can't explain it to you, because as soon as I got underneath, I saw all sorts of little things, and I just did what I had to do. And it had a transverse box in it. There's a little box, a separate one, that does high and low gears. It was separate, and there was a little shaft in between, and I had to piss around with that to get it out. You know, and there was a bloody great nut on the back. I just ripped it out. I got underneath, ripped it out. I actually lifted it out on my body, dropped it onto my chest and lifted it out. And they just wanted to know. They just wanted to know. They'll remember as well. You know, they'll deny it, but they'll remember it. Now that I'm talking about it and someone sees it from that company. They used to be up Leeds Road in Bradford. They used to be up there, and they used to do larders and that type of thing. So they'll remember. I came in and I told them that I'd done it, and they wanted to know how I'd done it. I said, I just did it. It can. He says, you can't do that. I said, you bloody well can. You can, mate, because I've just done it, and I'm here to prove it, because I've got it here, and I took it out myself, and I'm going to put it back by myself. Nobody's there to help me. But I was strong then, lads. I was strong, ladies and gents. Very strong. You wouldn't believe how strong. You wouldn't believe how strong I was. And now look at me. I'm a wreck, physical wreck. And that's because I was strong, and I did all that stupid stuff. But now I'm regretting it. I can literally can't pick anything up. It's just going to get worse and worse. Anyway, are you getting a good view of all this stuff? You like me mock-up of me dog? Oh, there you go. And if you put the soft closer on, it'll do the soft closer. You know, you get a separate, buy yourself a separate soft closer, person. You don't need all that fancy gubbins in there that breaks down after a bit. Oh, them stupid jacks, you know, then when you lift up your one that goes overhead and it's got these stupid jacks and stuff. Oh, they're rubbish. Get that locking mechanism that comes out, it pops out and it locks into your push-up thing, and that's it. It does job. Does job. Done. Done and dusted. Jacks, crap. Throw them away. Okay, here we go. We're done.